Okay, so here's a follow-up to our grafting 101. We grafted 4 plants, and one of the instructions was, keep them out of the wind and water them every day. And so we kept them in the breezeway to water them every day, but then Hurricane Irma came our way, so we had to get them out of the breezeway, because breezeway is actually not a great place for experiencing a hurricane. And when we got them out of sight, they went out of mind also. So, and the 2 weeks after Hurricane Irma, I think we might have watered these 2 times, which was not enough. It was apparently enough for this was the first time I ever did the modified Walter style veneer graft here, and it did lovely. I guess is that that was one of the healthiest places to be, because of having more sap coming up. All of the seedlings that we had in the same protected location and the same watering schedule survived just fine. And this one is still green. I'm not sure if it's going to make it or not. So that one has a chance. But then we come to these other ones. And this didn't surprise me at all. The top cleft graft, there's no existing leaves pulling the fluids up the tree, so that is dead. Not just dead, but dead. It's very brittle, and when it turns this shade of brown, it's really not a good sign at all. And then this one also is brown. I'm guessing rather brittle. Yep, you hear the crack there as I bend it. So anyway, those 2 are definite no's. They did not take. So today's job is to regraft these trees. So I happen to have gotten some graft wood. And that one I went ahead and wrapped with buddy tape before. This one I just put in a wet paper towel, and so I could prove to you that I still know how to wrap with buddy tape. So I'll just stretch it over the top. Wrap around. Okay, so get my trusty razor blade out. So we have these 2 pieces of graft wood for 2 different circumstances here. I think that what I'll do is, with this curved one, I'll go into, this is a little bit skinnier, I'll go into this section. It's still, it's still going to be a top cleft graft. I mean, because there's no, I mean, it's not going to have the advantage of a side cleft graft because there's no leaves above it. So I guess what I'll do is go down below here and do a cleft graft there, and then this one I'll put down at the base like I did on the other tree that did take. So anyway, let's get going on that. A little bit more than I need. So take off the bottom. That should be nice and flat. And I like to make my little guiding cut down here so I don't get off track. It's easy to get one side a little bit more carved than the other. Yeah, that looks like it's the same on both sides. There's one little little sprout coming out of the back here, so I'll just take that out because those really don't do anything. Well, that looks like it should work out right there. Okay. Okay, and then I'll look in my pocket for a nice elastic. Okay, so we're going to call that done. And this time, of course, we will remember to water it. And this one, I think I'm going to try and put it right there. Sort of takes a bend here, and so that I won't need to make as much of a cut into the bark. Okay, so I wanted just one side to be flat, which it's pretty much flat. I think I could take a little bit more of this other side down so that it can rest across that. And the other side, it doesn't matter if it has a curve or not, because I'm doing the wrong style of cut. We are changing our minds on what we're doing. Goodness. We're going to go further. So we just forget whatever I said. I got distracted by this dog barking. So, let's see here. This looks like a pretty good place to go in. Let's see how far we went down. We got that little piece. I didn't mean to get that in there. A little bit further, and then I can cut off that bud. So there's a little bud right above. So anyway, didn't want that sprouting out. So I've got another piece of buddy tape to keep this in place. Seal up the moisture. So we'll see how that works. Should be a lot more chance of success when we actually are able to water these. So we'll check back on them after these two have had a chance to catch on and grow a little bit. So for now, I'm just going to leave the old grafts, the ones that are brown and crunchy, on the plants, because that will help me identify which ones I regrafted from a distance. These brown pieces of graft wood stand out. And so anyway, after this does take, and I'm fairly certain it's going to take this time, of course we will cut this plant back to here, and we'll wait for 2 growth flushes and then cut it back to here. So this is just going to be discarded with the top of the plant anyway. So anyway, that's the plan. Okay, so we have these 2 probable successes, a definite successful graft here, probable successful here, and then we had 2 victims of not watering during the after hurricane period. We just had other priorities, and these unfortunately suffered. So today we regrafted using a side cleft graft. I think has a lot better chance of taking than this top cleft graft did. And this one, another side cleft graft. It's one of the things about grafting toward the top of the plant or in the middle of the plant is you can always go lower if the graft happens to fail. So here we have 2 different situations of using a side cleft graft going into more woody part of the plant, and so we'll see how this does. This time we definitely are going to water them every day or every other day. That will help a lot.